Hello students, myself Renu Misra. Today I am going to continue that my previous topic, that is law of chemical combination. The student, do you have remember I have told you various type of laws for that will use for chemical combination, that is law of mass conservation, law of definite proportion, law of multiple proportion and law of reciprocal proportion, Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume, and one more law I have added here, that is Avogadro law. These law already I have told you in my previous video. So this flow chart I think you have made in your copy also. The student, one more thing I am going to tell you, that is law of mass conservation, that one law has given by the scientist Lavoisier. Lavoisier. He has given this law, and in this law, yeah, do you remember what I had told you? In this law, the mass of reactant is always the mass of product. Reactant, that means reacting species that you are using for a chemical reaction, and product, that means which will obtain after the reaction. That will obtain after the reaction, that mass will always equal to the mass of reactant. So both mass will always equal. Is it clear? Next one, law of definite proportion. Definite proportion, this one law I have told you for water. What I had told you, have you remember? For water means the formula of water will always H2O. It will definite, it means it is fixed, it will not change. If you are getting water from any source, the formula will always same. Is it clear? Or for element also we can say element silver, element copper, element gold. These elements will always show same atomic mass. If you are obtaining these elements from other sources, so from any source you are going to obtain this one, these elements will always fixed, and these elements having always fixed atomic mass. Is it clear? So this is law. These terms are following the law of definite proportion. Is it clear? Next one, law of multiple proportion. So one thing I have forgot here, that is law of definite proportion has given by scientist Proust. Proust has given this law. Now, law of multiple proportion. Law of multiple proportion, this one I will explain you today, and this law is also given by the scientist Dalton. Okay, you all can write in your flow chart their scientist name also. Now, fourth one is law of reciprocal proportion, and this law was given by Richter. Okay, this is the name of scientist. Gay-Lussac name is written, the scientist name is written in this law, that is Gay-Lussac has given law for gaseous volume. And Avogadro law, the name of scientist also here mentioned because this law is named according to the name of scientist. So Avogadro law's name, Avogadro scientist. Is it clear? Now, the student, my next law that I am going to explain you today, that one is law of multiple proportion. This is your third law. It is given by Dalton. So what Dalton has told you, that Dalton, according to this law, when two elements, student, you can write with me also, when two element combine together, they can form different compound. Different compound. Do you understand different compound how? Here I am going to tell you. I am rubbing this one. For example, nitrogen. For example, nitrogen and oxygen. Compound. Nitrogen can combine with oxygen and can form N2O also. Second one, N2O3 also. And next one, N2O5 also. Means two element is combining here and they are forming different compound. This sentence is saying. So, when two elements combine together, they can form different compound. Is it clear? Now, one element will always show different ratio with other element which have same ratio, okay, which have same ratio as simple whole number. Okay, here the sentence is saying one element will always show different ratio with other element and which have same ratio. Means one element, here two elements are showing in this compound. So when one element will always show same ratio for various compound. In various compound, first element having equal or same ratio. That is here nitrogen is also, here is also two nitrogen here and two nitrogen third one also. Okay, so nitrogen having same ratio. But oxygen having different ratio. Oxygen here, oxygen is 1, here is 2 and here is 3 and here is 5. So oxygen having different ratio. So it's mean these two elements are combining together. They are forming different type of compound. First element having same ratio and second element having different ratio, and that ratio is a simple whole number. Okay, so this example is following the law of multiple proportion. Okay, now I am going to show you how these elements are having same ratio or different ratio. For here I am writing ratio of nitrogen and ratio of oxygen. Okay, nitrogen of atomic number, you know, nitrogen of atomic number is 14. Nitrogen of atomic number 14 and oxygen of atomic number 16. So nitrogen is 2 times, so 14 into 2, that is 28. Now, is it clear? Next, oxygen is 1 time, so the ratio of oxygen is 16. Same as in next compound, nitrogen is 2 times, so 14. 1 nitrogen of atomic number 14 multiplied by 2, that changes in 28. And oxygen of atomic number 16 multiplied by 3 times, because oxygen is 3. So it changes in 16 into 3, that is 48. And third one having same 28. And oxygen O is 5 times, so 16 into 5, that is 80. So the ratio of nitrogen is same and the ratio of oxygen is different. If I am going to change these ratio in simple term, so nitrogen is 1, 1, 1, that is simple term, and oxygen change in 1, that is 3 and 5. Okay, simple term means for nitrogen only I have used 28. With the help of 28 I am doing division in all terms, and it changes in simple ratio, that is 1. 28 divided by 28, 28 divided by 28, 28 divided by 28. Okay, is it clear? Because the very smallest number here, all numbers are same, so by the 28 I am doing division here, and these numbers change into simple term, that is 1:1:1. Okay, and here for oxygen 16, 48 and 80, which is smaller? 16 is smaller. So by 16 I have done division. 16 divided by 16 changes into 1. 48 divided by 16 changes into 3, and 80 divided by 16 changes into 5. So same ratio. Nitrogen has same ratio, that is 1:1:1, and oxygen has different ratio, that is 1:3:5. Okay, these ratios are simple whole number. Okay, so this example is explaining the law of multiple proportion. Is it clear? So student, you can write this definition, and after the definition you can write this one example in your copy. Now next law I am going to take, that is law of reciprocal proportion. Take a screenshot. Now rubbing. So fourth one is law of reciprocal proportion. So what is law of reciprocal proportion? Fourth, law of reciprocal proportion. According to this law, when one element, here also I am going to write its definition, when one element combined with other element. Here I am going to mention one element, that is A element, combined with other element with B, and form a compound, that is AB. Okay, A element combined with B and form a compound AB. If both element combine with third one, that is C. Okay, both element is going to combine with third one, that is C, and they can form two different compound separately. Okay, now these compound will always show these compound will always show multiple proportion with the previous compound, compound, that is AB. Student, the definition is little bit tough, but if I am going to take one example, then you can easily understand. So don't worry about it. I am going to take one example. See here. Here I have made one triangle. Why? Because two elements, then after that third element. Here I am taking two elements, that is carbon and oxygen. and this is element number first, this is first element and this is second element, and this one new one third, that is hydrogen. Okay, so student, do you know carbon and hydrogen can combine together? How? Carbon of atomic number, do you know? Carbon of atomic number 6, first shell 2, second shell 4. Okay, 2 comma 4, because 6 element, 6 electron carbon has, so carbon can show their electronic configuration 2 comma 4. Okay, to complete their outermost shell, carbon has required 4 electron. Okay, why? Because to complete its octet. Okay, carbon wants to change their outermost shell in complete octet. Complete octet means in complete form, that is 8. So this one is the electronic configuration of carbon, that is 2 comma 4. Now student, do you have remember for an element, that element make their outermost shell complete, element has to be 8 electron in their outermost shell. किसी भी एलिमेंट को कंप्लीट होने के लिए उसके आउटरमोस्ट शेल में 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन होने जरूरी हैं। कार्बन के पास आउटरमोस्ट शेल में केवल 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन है। सो कार्बन को क्या करना है, अपने आप को 8 करना है, तो इट्स मीन कार्बन हैज 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन required. So because of requirement, carbon will combine with 4 other hydrogen atom. Hydrogen will give 1 electron, total 4 electron hydrogen will give in their outermost shell, and so that carbon can complete. So that is because of carbon will combine with hydrogen and change into CH4. And you know, when hydrogen combine with water, it can change in H2O. This one you know. Okay, now I am going to write their atomic masses, that you know already. The mass of carbon, atomic mass of carbon is always 12. And atomic mass of hydrogen is always 1. So here carbon of atomic mass 12, hydrogen of atomic mass 1. Hydrogen is 4 times atomic mass multiplied by 4, 1 into 4, that is 4. So the ratio of hydrogen will be 4. That means 12 is to 4 of ratio of methane. So this is the ratio of mass ratio, that is 12 is to 4. And mass ratio of water, same as we can write, the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 multiplied by 2 because of 2 hydrogen atom is there. So 2 is to oxygen of ratio, that is atomic mass of ratio will be 16. Here I am writing atomic mass, number nahi atomic mass likh rahe hain. Now I am going to change these masses in simple term. So doing division by the 4 by simplest number. So 4 we can take, so it will change into 3 is to 1. And this one is also changed into 1 is to 8. 2 1s are 2, 2 4, 2 8s are 16. Is it clear? So the ratio of carbon, simplest ratio of carbon is 3 and hydrogen is 1. Simplest ratio of hydrogen is 1. Oxygen has ratio 8. So hydrogen having both sides same ratio, that is 1 and 1. But carbon and oxygen having different ratio. So these carbon and oxygen, when it will combine together and form CO2, its mass ratio will always equal to these ratio, that is carbon 3 is to 8. यहाँ पर जो कार्बन ऑक्सीजन मिलकर के बनाएगा, इसका जो मास आप निकालोगे और इसका जो सिंपल रेशियो होगा, वो सिंपल रेशियो इससे मिलता जुलता होगा, यानी कि इसी के जैसा होगा, यही होगा। तो ही ये लॉ ऑफ किसको, रेसिप्रोकल प्रोपोर्शन को फॉलो करेगा, दैट मीन्स ओबे करेगा। सो यहाँ पर रेशियो है कार्बन इज 3 एंड ऑक्सीजन इज 8, सो 3:8 एंड नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट द रेशियो ऑफ CO2 बाय दिस formula. Carbon of atomic number, that is 12, oxygen of atomic number, not weight. Carbon of atomic weight is 12 and oxygen of atomic weight is 16 into 2, that is 32, and doing division by smallest number by the 4, so 4 3s are 12 and 4 is 32. So this ratio is similar to this ratio. It's mean these two elements is combining with third one, their simplest ratio will always equal to the both compound of mass ratio. Okay, so this example is obeying law of reciprocal proportion. Student, after then I will explain you Gay-Lussac law and Avogadro law. So till then you do your study and write your notes related this law and solve your questions that given according to these laws. If you have your book, then you can solve. Otherwise you can see your school website also, and from the website you can write your homework. Okay, so thank you so much and take care. Bye bye.